Okay, the purpose of today, there is no timeline work to this. I want you to practice graphing line equations because I wasn't the one who taught it last year. I like it my particular way, and you need to be able to graph line equations to do what we're doing in year 10. So what does a line equation do? It shows the algebra relationship between the variables x and y. A Cartesian plane also shows the relationship between the variables x and y because a Cartesian plane looks like this. You've got the x coordinates along the horizontal, you've got the y along the vertical. As a result, you can graph any line equation. In this subject, you must be able to graph lines in two forms. I am certain that you've done slope-intercept form because on Friday, you had a vague idea. You were able to answer it, but it took a while to answer it. I would rather that you get it from me from scratch so that I can refer back to my own teaching. So, get this down. Graphing in slope-intercept form. What's going to be different is this part, the slope. I know for a fact, it happens all the time. Your teachers say rise over run. That works, but it's not specific enough. If you use my slope, the top of the fraction, if you express the slope as a fraction, if it isn't already, if the slope is positive, it means it's going up. If it's negative, it goes down. And then the bottom, the denominator of the fraction tells you how far to step right. Can you just get this info about graphing in slope-intercept form? Not to override, but to just be a more refined version of what you've had before. Graphing in slope-intercept form, please. You did have an idea because you knew to start at the y-intercept. You put a dot there. So it was taught. Step 1, make sure the line equation is in slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus c. Put a dot at the y-intercept according to the value of c. The slope is new info. Question?
Read the red part.
Does it larger help any, or do you want me to rewrite it?
Can you just say what you just read it? Yeah.
The slope equals y step up is positive or down negative over the x step right. Right now, what that fully means may be unclear, but when you see how it works as an example, then it will clear it up. So slope equals y step up plus or down minus over x step right. Don't worry about getting this. If you've started writing the general form stuff, that's fine. But I would actually prefer to demonstrate this first, and then we'll go to the graphing in general form steps after. Can we try one in slope-intercept form? No one's shaking their head or anything. So steps. Ensure the line equation is written in slope-intercept form. If we're doing A here, does that look like y is equal to mx plus c? You've got m is -2, c is 3. Okay. What's step 2? Place a point at the y-intercept according to the value of c. So if I'm graphing y is equal to -2x plus 3, where am I going to put the y-intercept? Where am I going to go from the origin? Right in the middle there? Well, up, down, left, right? Up 3. Dot. A dot is not enough information to draw a line. I don't know what direction it's going. So this is where the new stuff came in. Previously, you would have got rise over run. I'm telling you, express the slope as a fraction if not already. Is -2 a fraction? No. But write it as 1. M is going to be -2 over 1 because it's a whole number. What does that mean? Now this is where I clarify what the hell this means. Is this, what I've circled, is that a fraction? It's something over something else. So the bottom number tells you how far to step right. The top number, if it's positive, you step up. If the top number is negative, you step down. So here, from my y-intercept, what does this fraction tell me to do? How many times do I step to the right? Once, because the bottom is 1. So put a tiny dot there. Do I step up or do I step down? Down how many? 2. See how it's non-negotiable? You always look to the right. How do I decide if I go up or down? If it's positive or negative. Do I have 2 major dots here now? Can I draw a line through those 2 dots? That's how you draw a line in slope-intercept form, okay? So always label your lines. So this one is y is equal to -2x plus 3, okay? Can you, I'll give you time, draw up a Cartesian plane because I want that Cartesian plane to be there for us to draw this line too. So 5 minutes, Cartesian plane, draw that line y is equal to -2x plus 3 on it. You can talk, just no names please, no swear words. I might put some sobbing over the Kansas City Chiefs onto the video.
So what if I said flip?
Flip? Flip? There's nothing wrong with flip.
What about
Pretty bad, but it's a
frick?
substitute.
Frick, that's fine. I say friggin' all the time. It's a stalwart of my YouTube video. Does that offend you? Friggin'.
Why don't you turn comments on?
Huh? The last time I turned comments on was during COVID when I did live streams on the weekend to teach, and some people came on and acted racist.
Oh.
I was streaming in front of my wall of sneakers, and they go, "Hey, Mr. T, how's the rice fields going?" And I said, "Well, this sneaker wall, they're going pretty good." And then he got kicked off.
So they were your students being
No, apparently one of my students that was watching knew them from Brighton. So they were trying to, I don't know what the term is,
So they told
stream bombing, stream diving or something.
They told their friends about you. Yeah.
That's fine. Just trying to educate. If you're going to waste time and be a loser on live,
I think it's called
I'll roast
stream
you.
sniping.
Stream sniping, yeah. Now it's live. It's permanently up there, getting roasted. You tried to roast me, I'll roast you back.
Do you have a specific date?
Huh?
Like what the video was?
It was during 2020, I think it was, the first holiday break.
I bet it was.
So,
I was doing measurement examples. This kid tries to. How's those Rustwood guys? Bro, they're going pretty well. And it was nice because the kids in my chat were like, "He's actually just trying to teach you. Why are you being silly about it?"
yeah.
And that perfect was they were anonymous. They weren't man enough to
Yeah.
have their name.
It's like you see the you see like the 50-year-old guys on like Instagram and like the models comment sections, and you see they have like wives and kids.
Yeah, that's so
You'll
bad.
see them go like,
That's so bad.
wow.
Wow.
In the comments, they say,
You're lucky you're not caught. Man.
they say really weird stuff.
So usually this would be a
As
fraction.
if it's not normal.
The negative 2x should be a fraction. Because
It doesn't need to. Let's do a different example. Well, because you're ahead.
It could be.
Yes. If you were asked to draw, that's a laser. If you were asked to draw y is equal to negative 3 on 4x plus 2, where am I going to put my dot for the y-intercept?
The 2.
2. It's going to go there. According to this, how far do I step right?
4.
And how far do I step down?
3 negative.
Done. It's already a fraction. You only need to do this if it's a whole number. But if it's a whole number, it's always going to be over 1.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas rise over 1 is a little... What do you mean? Like, yeah, it takes more writing to explain that, but it's explained. Like, the bottom tells you how far to go right. And if I tell you rise, that suggests that lines always go up. This line's not going up, it's going down. All right. Can you get the notes about graphing in general form? This is a different type of line equation. It looks like this. AX plus BY is equal to C, a number. I'm going to have to mute that out.
What?
I accidentally said his name. I'll have to mute that out of the video.
Wait, I don't get where X is from.
Which one? Which question?
For A.
For A.
I just don't.
Okay, you look at the 3.
Yeah.
That tells me to put my dot at 3. There.
Yeah.
How do I decide what direction the line goes? Well, negative 2 as a fraction is negative 2 over 1. And so what does the fraction tell you? Whatever the bottom is tells you how far to step to the right. So from that dot, I stepped 1 right.
Yeah.
And what does the top tell you? It tells me to step up or down.
Down.
Because it's down because it's negative 2.
Okay.
So that's why I've got another dot there.
Yeah.
And I can step down.
Ew, I didn't see general form. Yeah, these are
It's no name.
Wait, A, X, I, B, Y.
Equals C, yep. So A and B are just numbers. They don't mean anything like with the slope-intercept form. A and B and C in general form don't stand for anything like slope-intercept form. They are literally just numbers. So how do you draw a line in general form in the equation? Make y equals 0, and then you find whatever x is. That's going to be the x-intercept of your line. So you put a dot on the x-axis there. One dot is not going to allow you to draw a line. So if you made y equals 0 before, you're going to make x equals 0 now. Solve for y. This y is the y-intercept of your line. You plot this point, draw a line between the 2 points. I accidentally said his name after our conversation, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's going to take me forever to scrub
Like-
through and
like
we'll find out
locate.
the exact point. It's going to go completely silent at that point. We'll be like, are you trying to copy me, huh?
I mean, that's the reality of
That's
it.
the reality, you see? Sometimes you make mistakes. giggling about?
Are we up to doing B? Or what are we
Huh?
doing?
Which one?
I'm still kind of confused on what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, so what I did, you got notes down for how to graph in slope intercept,
Yeah.
and then I showed it in purple here.
Yeah.
Now
So we're doing.
you're getting the notes of how to do it in general form. I'm giving you time to get that, and now I'm going to demonstrate how to draw that in red.
Yeah. Okay. So after I wrote this down, I actually did this, and
And you can draw the general form on that too. That's why we did the axis.
Yeah, kind of confused on how I was doing.
All right, let me go over those steps and I'll shut my mouth. Ensure the line is written in general form. AX plus BY is equal to C. Is that red one? Does it look like AX plus BY is equal to another number? Yes or no?
Yes.
A is any number, so that's in front of X. B is any number, what's in front of Y? -4. And then C is any number, 12. Okay, it's not in slope intercept, it's in general form. How do I work it out? So let me demo steps 2 and 3. In the equation, make Y equals 0. So I'm going to rewrite this. 3x, take 4. But instead of Y, it's 0. What's 4 times by 0?
0.
So what's the only things left in the equation? 3x is equal to 12. What's 3 doing to x?
What's wrong?
So what's the opposite of timesing by 3? So what's x going to be?
4.
4. Plot this point on the x-axis. X is equal to 4. 1 dot. Is 1 dot enough info to draw a line? No. How do we get the other line? If I made y equals 0 before, what could I make equals 0 now? X. So now I'm going to make x equals 0. 3 lots of nothing. Take 4y equals 12. What's 3 lots of nothing? So what do you have left on the left-hand side? Negative 4y is equal to 12. What's negative 4 doing to y? What's the opposite of timesing by negative 4? Divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4. Y is going to be, what's 12 divided by negative 4? So y is going to be negative 3 down here. Do I have 2 dots now? Could I draw a line through those? So that is how you draw a line in general form. So that line is 3x take 4y equals 12. Now because some people are still getting the steps for general form and getting this example down, I can't scroll down to the question.